Live 2020. That's it. We are live. It's live. It's Saturday night. Some call my videos comedy. Of course. Like Ty Lopez said, in this new year or past year 2019, we have to be comical or have some sense of humor to attract the attention of our audience. I will not make any plans for 2020. I will live my life one day at a time. Of course, planning for new, different things and new agendas or new dreams, new intentions. But I will live one day at a time. Making solution or resolution is a loose end. We do not know what life holds or what's going to happen next. We may get some hints through dreams and visions. Vision meaning closing your eyes and seeing something that is being portrayed as something that's going to happen or that is in the future. I would love to give a few hints on some of the issues that I personally consider to be of great importance and need to be restructured. They need to change. They need enhancement as we are growing and we are transcending through evolution because nothing remains the same. Even though you can see it from the perspective of we evolving as human beings, but some of our characteristics and behavior remain the same as the old tradition, the old days, and the beginning of time. Let's begin by emphasizing on the new trends of our time, the trends of new corporation, new business, new structuring, and new ideas to help big business grow, which are, in a sense, creating a decadence of unemployment for some people, or we can say for a very large majority. Let me give you an example of something that needs to be erased from today's perception of what reality is with employment and this big idea that we need the best of the best to be qualified in order for us to have good employees and reliable employees. Example number one, if we bring someone from Croatia, Russia, or West Indies, or China, or India, or Singapore, but and they have a degree, but they're not trained in the way we do business in America. Do we not have to train them? Do we not have to teach them how to perform the job that we want here in America? And my question is, are there some Americans that are qualified to do the same, even though we do train them? The answer is yes. So, why are we bringing people here to pay them less? Perhaps they don't pay taxes because they're not local and they're not American to benefit, while we unemployed people and the rate of homelessness continue to increase more and more. The second topic is not so much how advanced we are, but how technology is taking over. For example, Google and their new drones doing separations and multitasking with an unsurmountable amount of Christmas gift with drones. That means that people that used to do that job no longer have a job. Unemployment there. And the list goes on and on and on. Now, let's talk on the fact that even though we are advancing, There is so much at an emotional level that needs transformation. On a daily basis, we see people bullying on social media and they haven't learned how not to. And I know that people say, do not concentrate on other people's business. We have to consider the negative effect it may have on someone that have lost a loved one, such as a movie star or Steve Jobs, or someone that lost someone to a very crucial death and they don't even want to talk about it or get on the topic during the Christmas holiday. And then the audacity of someone to post something on Facebook or any other social media to say, this is the face of happy people who have committed suicide. I consider that to be not only defamation of character, but character assassination. Do we not understand that some of these families are going through pain? That some of these families do miss their loved one? And for someone to be so careless and post anything of that nature on social media, that should be banned. We should not make fun of people's death or suicidal in social media. It's inappropriate, it's unacceptable, and it is a defamation of character. Oh, I like to contribute now on the topic of relationship. Why is it that there's such a large amount of people that consider themselves not to want to be involved in a relationship? First of all, I will have to point out the fact that for those that used to have a job and could afford to live a very lavish life and get married and have a good relationship, they no longer do that. So they're now meandering in society while others have their job. And it's creating a big separation from the idea that we want to form a society that has value and that has prospect, valuable future for everyone. But that is not the case. As we begin to see the association of big corporate business interfering into other small business to increase the flow of financial gain, they also destroy a lot of jobs, which creates unemployment, homelessness, not to say the new psychological evaluation and degrading immoral act of reviewing over the phone. I call it impersonal, lack of emotion, lack of contact with human nature and human beings. I personally detest the fact that someone is going to interview me over the phone without seeing me, seeing my character, seeing my personality, and observing who I am as a human being. To try to judge over the phone and think that perhaps because of what I'm saying is all there is to offer. Another defamation of character, impersonal, and lack of human contact. I think that people should refuse to do telephone interview. It's so inappropriate, so hollow, so inappropriate. And of course, when you get into the old age, it makes it even worse. Imagine if you say you're 60, 64, 65, they're not picturing someone that is physically fit, someone that is mentally active, someone that still works out, someone that does things every day and keep a good diet and try to keep a good mental health. They're going to think about liability, problem with insurance. Is the person going to get hurt? Can you lift 50 pounds? Judgment, judgment, and judgments. It should be banned, just as well as the fact that we should have the priority to do interview in person as well as do an application in person and also with paper, not so much on a computer. For any age, what if I'm not computer savvy? What if I prefer to do something in person and go see what are the possibilities for me for a job interview or for a job opportunity? What is it that we're lacking? The connection of human touch in order to segregate people. That is what we're doing. We are segregating. We are segregating people and thinking that those that may have a degree have the value and the personality and the stamina and the charisma to get the job versus the ones that do not. Or even those who have been in a job for a long time, but they don't have a degree, therefore somebody else comes from somewhere else who knows local, international, and advocate for a job to get paid for less, and then we give them the job, and we still have to train them. We still have to invest the time to do that. So where are we in evolution? Where are we in equal opportunity? Where are we on human fairness? Where are we? The rate of unemployment keeps going up. Another topic is rental. We used to be able to rent an apartment and not have to pay for water and pay for sewage and pay for state taxes, which I wonder what they do. Because if you look around, you can see how the grass is growing this tall, and you wonder, wait a minute, am I paying state tax for what? Infested environment with the grass up this high? Not so good. Not only here, all over Houston, Texas, Florida, everywhere, California. And you wonder, why do people pay state tax? Who is packing that money in? Who are the beneficiaries? You know, where we get a meager little bit of social security that you're entitled to because you pay taxes, but unbelievable. I really hope that this coming year can create some local and governmental consciousness as to what is going on. How far are we going to go? How far are we going to take it to ignore the reality of what is happening? The trauma that is happening has nothing to do with the condition of what is going on. Needless to say, the insurmountable amount of people that are emotionally tarnished because of the economy, using drugs so they can deal with the reality of their daily life, is not easy. Not even for me. I had the misfortune of having two jobs in 1 year, and probably I worked 5 months out of this year because I couldn't get a job. Hmm. I couldn't be employed. And it's been said that California is one of the best places to get a job. Yes, there are opportunities, but there are a lot of variables too, a lot of distinctions, a lot of favoritism, and things have to change. If it is equal opportunity employed, the word equal means for everybody, not a certain category of people and others be left out because we're judging by some form of judgment that should not take place. Why do you ask people to go to college and get a degree so they can get an education and be unemployed? For what? What is the point? Let's bring some consciousness into the reality of our living. Things are not happening the way they should. We're not being fair. Obviously, we're not being fair with anybody. Amount of unemployment, amount of homelessness, increasing everything to make it even more difficult for an average person to survive. Guess who elects everybody that is in charge? The minority. Unless there is a supreme power that does that for us and we are unaware of it because we are unconscious human beings. It shows in some of the movies, and I wondered if it is part of reality. I would like for social media to be structured. There is a lot of abuse, a lot of bullying, and it has to stop. Social media is not the interaction where you go in to deploy and vomit your personal life to offend other people. There's got to be some control. We cannot do that. We are adhering a very poor image of ourselves. And in fact, our children are mirroring what we are doing. No wonder why there are so many suicidal. No wonder why there are so many people depressed. Instead of exalting someone's soul and extending it to a higher level of consciousness and being a human being, a sentient human being that cares for everything and everyone, including nature, we are doing this. See the motion of my hands? Down, drowning. We cannot survive in a world where we are depleting some and exalting others. Things have got to change. It is a good thing that kids have stopped shooting. I like to bring to the fact the example that unfortunately people today are committing heinous crime, killing others in church, but we don't know what's going on to their mind. What is happening in the mind of these people? Are their thoughts being putrefied? Or are they simply mentally ill human beings? These are the things that we have to focus. We need to understand what is happening in our world today, the transitions, the reaction, and go deeper into the conscious mind to find out how to transform people. Because I don't think things are working unless it's not reported. We don't see so many heinous crimes against Christianity or any other Jewish or any other nationality unless we live in Israel or the Arab world or somewhere else. And right now they're more in peace than we are, unless they're a war that is not being publicized through the news. There are places where people live in peace. There are places where people take consideration toward other human beings. They are becoming so segregated. We are a segregated society that considers itself to be democracy. Very wide spectrum of meaning in our society. A lot needs to be done, and I cannot overemphasize the fact that we're nowhere near. It is sad, but it's true. We're nowhere near transforming the way people act, how we take care of people in need, how we are segregating, how we are depleting human emotional well-being instead of creating more loving, sentient human beings, including animals, everyone, no one left out. It is a sad scene. And it's not as bad as it is in other countries because there are people that are more hungry than we are. But we claim to be the superpower of the world with all the finances gained to support other countries. So why are we neglecting our own? Why? I don't understand. Why are we neglecting our people? Well, we hand over millions of dollars to restructure some other countries. Unemployment, homelessness, depression, suicidal, bullying, killing. There's a lot to be done here. A lot. And I sincerely hope that 2020 brings some restructuring, some new conscious awareness as to what is going on and what needs to be done. I wish everyone the best in the next coming year. I had to state my personal. Thank you for listening.